What's going on, guys? One half of the Geektastic duo. Gilly Del Tres here, creator of Under the Flesh Slayer, Peace to Later, Galactic Rodents of Mayhem, and the Deep Dark. I'm joined alongside
Hero Geek here, Ronald Christian, creator of the world's greatest and truest superhero, Paragon Prime, coming this summer to Indiegogo. So look forward to that, guys.
Awesome. So we're just going to get into talking about a pretty promising campaign, a very cool campaign. I remember this campaign, I want to say in 2018. I had just got on the Comicsgate movement. I thought it was really cool that there was some books out there that were kind of shying away from, NPC political agendas. And it just seemed like we're here just to make stories. We're just focusing on creating cool content, cool books. So Detective Dead came across my radar. It's created by, we have it right here, Antonio Malpica. He goes by Critias. And I remember seeing some of this work being promoted on EVS's one of EVS's features that they do for Comicsgate, and they feature some cool new books coming out. And I thought it was really cool. The artist, I love the art style. The artist is Rod Looper. He's amazing. He's worked on Black Tiger is one of them that I know that he's done. He's worked on a lot of great stuff. I'm gonna hopefully be planning to work with him on a title called Hellbreakers sometime later this year. We'll crowdfund it. Hopefully we can get that up and running. But there's been a lot of delays with the book, and I'm bringing this out because there were a couple updates on the campaign Antonio put out, and he goes by Critias on Twitter. And again, it's sad, because I'm a crowdfunder and I'm also a backer. So when these kind of things come out and there's delays, it's part of the crowdfunding game, like it is. And it's hard sometimes to fulfill a certain goal within a certain time. And sometimes you just got to make a statement. You got to be transparent with your backers. It's just part of just how it goes. And when there's a story that comes along that's kind of tough to hear, that's one I don't want to put it out like that. But in this case, Critias is going to be on Antonio Bryce's channel. They're going to be talking about, I don't know if it's today, if it happened already, or if it's tomorrow. I'll be at work at that time. I'll tune into it later on. But he's going to address, the backers. He's going to just, voice concerns. He's going to basically, like a Q&A, he's doing his responsibility as far as just, fielding questions and going to be reassuring, backers, I guess, that the book isn't done. But it won't be finished, I guess. Like, it's not, like, it's still, he still has plans to fulfill, I guess.
Yeah. I'd never heard of this this book until you introduced it to me today. Although I probably would have backed it if I had known about it earlier. It sounds like a really cool concept, and the artwork is pretty awesome. I would have definitely considered backing it if I had found out about it earlier. And then you told me earlier we were talking about, you told me a little bit what was going on and what was happening with the campaign and the guy, and I was a little shocked. I like really? Is he really doing this? It was like, that's not the way.
Well, here's the thing. This is what I want to put out there real quick. Like I said, I wouldn't talk about it unless it was already out there. Like, he brought it out. So once he puts it out there, that's okay. I want to talk about it. But I did try to get in touch with him. I gave him my number. I definitely want to talk to him. I want to motivate him. I want to uplift him for deep down, for real, because this is a great book. I believe in the project. I mean, let's just take a look at the book first and foremost, right? Called Detective Dead. That's a name it will sell. I mean, will people think it's a zombie story, Detective Dead? Maybe. But if you really look at the trailer, if you look at, the setting, the premise, it's like, okay, it goes with it. There's something about it. I was impressed with the title, Detective Dead Crimson Moon. It sounds badass. I'm just being straight up. And then we got the little premise here. A 1932 detective is resurrected in modern day to stop criminals from his past with unique abilities. That sounds awesome.
That sounds cool. Yeah, that sounds cool. That sounds like something I'd be like, oh, okay, this sounds like something that I would probably enjoy reading. It does. It does. It sounds like a really awesome idea.
I'm going to be honest. I think it sounds something that I would enjoy reading. I backed the book. It also sounds like something I would enjoy seeing on a TV show or a movie. That's a premise that you can have fun with a specific time frame, right? Like a 1932 detective, right? Is in modern day. So we're definitely going to see a big jump in, culture shock and just how life is, it changes in all those years. Like it's just on paper, it sounds great, right? So here we got a little overview. Detective Joel Scorn, murdered in 1932, comes back to life in modern time, but he's not alone. Hunted by the criminal who murdered his family, he must master his new abilities in order to save the only family he has left. So this is cool. How did he come back to life, right? Who's this criminal that's still hunting him down? So the criminal must know that he came back to life, right? I mean, I think that's intriguing already. So let's look at the artwork. I mean, the artwork looks pretty good.
It looks really spot on. The artwork looks really, really, really good. Yeah.
You got different. You got different colors here. You got, different covers here. Rod Looper, who's again amazing artist. You got Donald DeLay. He's done some work with Image. We got Kanan White, he's just a legend in his own. Mike Miller did his variant cover. And here we go. The Crimson Moon, maybe something tied to the Crimson Moon, something that activates Detective Dead's resurrection, right? But again, look at the artwork, right? Like we're setting up the scene, right? The artwork is really done. The colors are really great. I don't know who did the colors, but again, this is such a good piece of work that, people believed in a book, right? If we look at the campaign, right? Because I know there's trouble with the campaign for film and everything. In October, it funded. October 8, 2018. It funded. So I don't know if it was a 30-day campaign. I don't know if it was a 60-day campaign. So it's safe to say, let's say it started crowdfunding maybe in August or whatnot. 667 backers. That's cool. It's great. One more to keep it, not 666, right? And then, up until I guess how long the in-demand store was left open, we got close to 38K. Again, that Indiegogo will take its cut. And again, what did he say? Is this a 132-page book? That's a lot.
That is a lot. And this is his first campaign, right?
Yes, first campaign. I think it says that he has two campaigns, but I think he relaunched this campaign. And it got a big, nice push. But again, let's understand that the reason why it got a push is because it looks great. You know what I'm saying? Like, people, they see the potential it has, and you bring it out. You bring it to an audience that's chomping at the bits for something new to back, for something new to read. I'm looking at this.
Filling a void. Filling a void. He's filling.
This villain looks really cool, man. This is a great design. It's kind of like steampunk. You think you killed him? Kill him again. Boss, was he joking about the guy being dead? No, and then boom, crashing through the window. This is it's great, man. It's promising. 132 pages is a lot. There's definitely, I don't know the specifics on, his vision on how he had it. Going all out for 132-page graphic novel is definitely ambitious. I think in some of the updates, he said there was some, let's take a look at some of the updates here. There was going live tomorrow, quick update. There was calculations, I think. Let me see. Here you go. I'm just going to jump right here. With that being said, I'm stopping production on Detective Dead. The project just cost too dang much to complete, and a lot of the expenses are going to come out of my pocket. I miscalculated the campaign's finance and did not expect it to be this expensive. For anyone who wants to do a high-page campaign, I do not recommend it. I learned this the hard way. I have no excuse for my failure as a creator, and I ask again for your forgiveness. Again, so miscalculations, that could happen. 132 pages is definitely a lot. Now, let's just say if you have an artist and you're paying him $100 a page, that's $13,200 just going to the artist. Let's say if you have a letterer who's getting paid $20 a page, that's going to be, quantified. You have a colorist as well. Like this is just you get into like over $20,000, and you're just not even getting to production. You're just getting towards completing that. But that's over 132 something pages. You got to make sure everyone's on the same page. You got to make sure, even as a crowdfunder, like you're also the boss. You got to be on top of the artists. You got to check in with them regularly. How's the updates coming on? It's very stressful, right? On top of that,
but didn't he tweet earlier that he was going to be on the show tomorrow morning at 10, right. And he showed a bunch of pictures of all the comics that he bought with the money that's supposed to be for Detective Dead. Now that's a douchey move, dude.
Okay, but hold on.
Basically, he's calling people like, yeah, what? So I spent money on these comics that I was supposed to be spending on the comic book. Come at me. Like, he basically called people out, and that's messed up.
Listen, I get, you can see it that way. I get it. It looks bad. Everything is in the optics. It looks bad. What I'm going to say right here is that it could be a good way to get people into tuning into the channel. Because if he's like, hey, I'm going to be here live, and he does that, like people are going to want to know he's this could be a way to just get a lot of people to hear, what he has to say. And maybe it's just to reassure, hey, listen, I do have plans to finish this book because it's a great book. It's going to take a while. He's going to be fielding the question. That's something that he has to do. Again, saying if you mismanage the funds, however, again, I mean, that's stuff I think that it could, for someone that hasn't, crowdfunded a big campaign before and receives a lot of money and is trying to, pay, artists up front, it could easily mismanage that. A lot of, even with me, I had Galactic Wilderness of Mayhem. I've crowdfunded that. And we made in the $20-something thousand range. After Kickstarter took their cut, I had like maybe like 17,000 or something like that. And even then, I got to manage that. Like I could just send the money up front to my artist or my colorist. Hey, here's for the 100-something pages, and just give it to him. Like, no, I'll hold it. Hey, after you do X amount of pages, here's this amount. Hey, here's this amount, and we're in a rhythm. We try to keep the machine rolling. And again, I'm gonna tell you something. When I made my calculation for Galactic Wilderness of Mayhem, I calculated to printing and shipping on 200 books. Okay, the 200 books. All right, with maybe 50 to 75, maybe even 50 to 100 extra that I would sell at conventions. We have over 300 something backers. So already like 5,000 to 6,000 is just going on printing the book. Okay, so that's an expense that it happens when you get more backers. So I could understand when you have a lot of money coming in and you printing that much, and you're printing a 132-page book. That's a lot of money. So again, even if he mismanaged for whatever reason, I mean, it's still there. Probably even then, he probably saw the writing on the wall. It's like, man, you know what? I got too much. This is too much for me to handle, and it's understandable. I think he is transparent in that. I mean, maybe that was a joke that he was saying. I spent all this on this book. Maybe he's trying to say, hey,
if that was a joke, that was a very, very poor taste joke. Very poor taste.
Again, maybe if it was a joke, maybe it's just him saying, hey, you know what? I just want to show that I support and I believe in Comicsgate. So again, he did back my book, which I greatly appreciate that. And again, I could be that. Again, I don't want to go. I can't speak for him. I don't know. I'm just saying everything is in the optics, but that tweet has since been deleted. And now there were some people that I was just commenting saying, hey, hope he pulls through. Hope he can get this book done because it's a story that I feel deserves to be made. Anytime I back a book, it's because I think it's a good project. I think it should be made. I would love to back more books out there because there's a lot of books out there that deserve to be backed. Unfortunately, I could only do so much. Now, I in one of the tweets, someone was like that he paid upfront for 70 pages. He only got 40 pages done. And 40. If you look at 136 pages, you still have.
So what happened to the rest? If he paid up front for that many pages, why weren't the rest done?
Right. So I'm saying, like, if that I'm just going by what that person tweeted. And I could pull it up for reference. I don't want to waste time, but I could do it. But they said that they tweeted up to, I don't know, they said that he apparently paid up front for 70 pages and he got 40. Whatever the case may be, again, this is an ambitious project. I feel like this is stressful. I just want you guys to know, whenever you deal with other people's money, whenever you deal with a commitment and crowdfunding, it's stressful. Does that mean everything is over? He's, we just wash him, wash your hands with him as a creator, just never believe in him again, just, throw him down in the dumps. Not at all. Because again, like I said, I have Kickstarters that could go right now, and it's been 7 years and I still never seen a book. So he is being transparent, which is great. And in his update, he did say that he had plans to refund people, which is good. He wants to get this. He wants to make this, possible, right? He's like, thank you for all being outstanding supporters, backers, believers in this project. I want you to know when I do finish this book, of course, after the refunds are done with, I will continue to invest in this book out of pocket through time, whether it be 2 or 3 years later, I will complete it. And when I do, I will ship it out to all those whom I have failed, which is you, for free. Until then, please forgive me and thank you. So he does have plans to finish the book, which is great. And now this is one thing where hopefully, if he can do it out of pocket, it's great. And this is the one thing you got to hope for, that, the artist who's behind it, which is Rod Looper, who's a great artist. I don't like while Antonio is trying to save money to finance the rest, whether it be in 2 or 3 years, Rod Looper might be doing other projects because he needs his income as an artist. So what happens if he gets tied down into a bunch of other books, and now you have the money, now you have to wait a little bit more until Rod comes back, which, I mean, like I said, I did Under the Flesh. I crowdfunded the first 3 issues, and it was a 6-issue story arc. And the artist that I work with, he was doing some Marvel work at the time, which is great. And anytime you're doing work for Marvel, that comes first, and I get it. And it's cool because some of the work that he did for Under the Flesh, he sent for to some editors, and they liked it, and they gave him some Marvel work. So I could take confidence in knowing I put out a story that a Marvel editor saw and thought like, hey, that artist is good. You know what I mean? So I think that's cool. But even with that being said, like, I eventually want to finish that book with him. Hopefully we can. We teamed up. We're doing like another thing now, but eventually we want to like veer around to that. So there's hopefully for Antonio that he can, finish Detective Dead.
Oh, hopefully, yeah.
I mean, look at this artwork. I'm just going to take a look at some of the artwork here, just for you guys to see that this is some really high quality artwork. This is professional level, in my opinion. And they're very promising, and it shows the lifeblood that this comic had. It shows that there's a lot of potential going in, and again, there's hope. You know what I mean? So hopefully Antonio, definitely just grind out. Look at his pages, man. The continuity is really good. You got some good action. It's breathable.
The art looks very, very, very nice.
Look, they just kidnapped this dude. Put a bag over his head, tossed him in a car, and they literally just kidnapped him. I don't know if he's the main character, and he revives back. It looks like they burned him alive too. Wow.
Yeah. That's crazy. That's pretty bad.
And now that I see it, here we go. This is the pencils by Rod Looper with inks by Carlos Eduardo. So that's double. You have someone doing inks, then you have someone doing pencils, then you have someone doing colors, then you have someone doing letters. That's 4 people right there. Over 136 pages. That's big. That's a big deal. But again, if you just look at the story, right? I mean, it's breathes. Look at the panel choices. This is excellent.
It's really, really good. Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Look at this. Look at it. They burn him alive. He's still alive. He grabs on the dude's pant leg. This is really promising. Now we fast forward to another scene here. There's action,
gunfight.
Yeah, I mean, clown. Like, this. There's definitely a lot going on here, and it would have been nice. Oh, this is to kill his family. Yeah. So, like I said, it's a really awesome looking book. I hope we can see a positive outcome for this, like a good ending. I really hope so. Because again, it breaks my heart. As a crowdfunder, I can relate. As a backer, I can relate. These are the kind of stories that it just hurts to talk about. But I think in some ways it's good to talk about, the importance that comes with crowdfunding, the responsibilities that come with crowdfunding, and also to try to be as prepared as you can, ask for help, seek counsel, and be transparent. There's nothing wrong with that.
Definitely. We got to try to do that more. As creators, you can't just shut out and shut down,
Mm-hmm.
and then not talk to people, not let people know what you're going through.
Mm-hmm.
You can't have this. Oh, I got to do this myself. I got to deal with this myself. No. You gotta be transparent and tell people, and maybe someone out there will come out with a solution that you never thought of, and they can help you out in that way. Didn't EVS say something about along those lines, right, to him?
Yeah, like to try to, don't be afraid to reach out, even if it looks bad. We could have, probably done something to help.
Yeah.
So here's another thing, again, where things can get really out of hand. Even in the stretch goals, I mean, that's something that will cost money. So we have a 15,000. If they make this stretch goal, all backers have their name inserted in a credit section of the book. Okay, that's basic. 17 character splash pages with bios will be added to the book. A character splash page. So he got 17 characters that he's just going to put a splash page, and this is what's that he was. So if you're adding that onto 136 pages, you got to print 17 more pages to add this. If this would have been
Mm-hmm.
And he was going to, and physical copy purchasers will enter the giveaway for original pencil art from the book. So, he was going to do a drawing where on Christmas Day where someone was going to get something according to, I guess that was it. It was a giveaway. Is that what it is? Yeah, they'll be added to the book, and the original art would have been given away in a giveaway. Drawing on Christmas Day at 2 p.m. Okay, 25,000 stretch goal. Digital ash can for all the perks, a trading card. Look at this one, 30,000 stretch goal. All backers will receive a Detective Dead versus Bigfoot Bill 15-page digital short story.
Interesting.
I mean, he got Doug TenNapel to get to join in on that. Well, I mean, that's pretty cool. I didn't even know that. It was cool. Again, there's just a lot. You know what I mean? A lot.
Yeah.
So here we go. Here, share the campaign. Maybe a lot. He did some good hustling too. Share the campaign with your friends.
We got some people coming in here. We got Jam Crates and Ender J.
Yeah. So, oh wow, we got people. Let's take a look. Let's see if anyone has some questions and stuff. Let's see what we got. All right, Andrew J. I backed this twice, so people were definitely backing the book.
So if he backed it twice, that means this
probably
is
digital and then maybe a physical copy.
Okay, yeah.
I could have used the money for a date at Wendy's. I would have told my girl, you can biggie size whatever you want. It's worth it. Andrew J, what's going on, man? It's good to see you, brother.
Yeah.
Jam Creates. What's up, guys? Jam, what's up, brother? How you been? Jam is an amazing dude.
Yeah, he always likes a lot of my tweets on
Twitter. Cool. He has like a little independent comic design that he does that he puts out. And he's always talking about comics. He has a good show. Definitely subscribe to his stuff too. He's really cool. Andrew J says of 132 pages. He made it too big. Yeah, I think 130 pages is a lot. Again, he has the idea that I like, that you want to give an experience. I mean, that's why I wanted Galactic Ordinance of Mayhem to be 100 pages, because I want when you sit down with it, you're going to sit down and get into a story that's going to have somewhat of a closure, and it just feels rewarding. It just feels like, you're satisfied, instead of getting 20 pages here and then, who knows when else. And then the concept and the art are fantastic. I just think Critias made a bunch of mistakes. Like some of the mistakes, I mean, I would just say, and maybe the miscalculating, which he admitted, and maybe with the stretch goals, maybe being a little too ambitious, not figuring out how all that was going to line up. I mean, again, it's when it's your first campaign, you're learning a lot, and this still could turn out to be something good and positive.
Speaking of learning a lot, I'm glad I'm witnessing this. I mean, it's sad for the people that it happens to, but I learn a lot from this. I learned a lot about what to do, what not to do, what mistakes to avoid. So yeah, this is a learning experience for someone like me who hasn't launched anything yet, who is about to get into this world. This is good education for me, and I like that I'm learning about what I shouldn't do and when not.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, if you think about it, part of life is growing, right? Failure is a story, and how you react to adversity, how you deal with it, determines your spunk. Determines your grit. It basically explains who you are. Now he's not giving up. He's definitely fighting. He's being transparent, which is commendable. He did make a lot of mistakes, and I feel honestly, 100% feel as long as he finishes this book and make sure it gets to people's hand. If that costs 20,000 extra, whatever, 1,000 extra, you work a second job, which is tough already. You're a family man. I get it. It's rough. Find a way, man. Put a little money aside. Do something. Find a way to be creative. Launch the first book only, maybe because you have 40 pages already done. If they were lettered and everything done, launch that 40 pages, maybe on Kickstarter to make some income, extra. I mean, I don't know. There's ways to
yeah. Andrew J says that Twitter pic of all the CG books he bought and original art didn't seem like a good move. No, that was not a good move. And he since did delete that tweet. Because he probably realized like, oh, I shouldn't have posted that. Wow. Okay. Whoops. That kind of like makes me like, oh, really? I don't know. It's just like,
I think it could have been like a stunt, a controversial thing. If he if you look at all the books that he bought, is that really keeping him from making the story? Like I said, putting it out there is not a good. It doesn't look. It's not. It's all. Everything's in the optics, right? It's just how it looks. It's not a good look. But again, he did it to say like, "Hey, come at me, like come bombard me," because I think he wants to get people, on the stream. He wants to talk to people directly. I think it was just a way to just, and also show that he's back in CG books. Again, did that money come from there? Only he knows. And at the same time, everything is in the optics, right? Let's see what Jam says. He ran through all of his expenses on Antonio Bryce's channel this morning. Oh, he did.
Okay.
See what was today? I thought you see. I'm gonna have to try to check it out.
Maybe I was wrong. Okay.
So there's the thing. I don't know the bad financial moves. I'll probably check it out. I like I said, Critics. I love this dude. He's a great dude. The times when I got into Comicsgate, he was always responsive. We would be on live channels, live streams, and yo, Crid, what's up? He's from New York too, where I grew up. Like, he's a great dude, and I genuinely want to see a successful story in this. And he knows I gave him my number. Reach out to me. I will do whatever I can to help you out. Because I definitely want to see this book get made. I don't know about the financial decisions, so Jem knows more than us because I haven't seen it, so I don't know. Critic seems really nice. It's just a sad predicament and bad moves. Yeah, it can happen, man. Again, when you see a bank account full of all this money and you're like, okay, I got to pay the artist this. I got to pay all this. I need this amount for printing. I need this amount to shipping. Let me tell you something. How many backers does he have? Well, let's see how many backers he has. Totally, he has 1,000. Oh, wow. In total, over 1,000 backers. That's crazy cool, right? That's a lot of backers. If you have any of them are international backers, dude, oh my God, times that by 25, right? Because that's how much it costs to ship it out, depending where in Europe you're sending it out to. Not only that, packaging, not only that, weight, not only that, 136-page book. The weight of that's gonna hurt. Again, this is good to go through, and it also shows you, hey, when you're making $40,000, doesn't necessarily mean like you're having fun. You're just spending all that money on whatever you want. What I'm just trying to say is, even in that, when you really calculate everything, there might not be a profit. If you look at 100-something page book, over 1,000 backers, production, like this is like a small business right here. This legitimately is like a small business making this book. Let's see. I have been and will be asking a lot of people for advice and help before I ever launch the campaign, doing tons of research. Jam Create definitely, ask for help. Like I've crowdfunded a lot of campaigns. Galactic Wilderness of Mayhem has been my most expensive campaign that I ever crowdfunded, and I'm excited. I'm also nervous because again, there's a lot of things that I gotta deliver on.
I'm scared. I'm scared when I get to the point of actually launching it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I am terrified of what's gonna happen and if I'm not able to do it.
It's just all I can say.
It is part, yeah. I mean, I'm gonna be asking for a lot of advice when it comes to that point when I'm ready to launch.
Yeah.
I'm gonna. You think I have insomnia now? I'm gonna be spending a lot of sleepless nights about.
There's a reason why I crowdfunded the Deep Dark on Indiegogo. It was successful.
Yeah.
And I put it as a low campaign goal because again, I was in my mind, I'm like, if I got to pay shipping out of pocket to get this book done, I will do it. Because again, I'm trying to build my fan base. I'm trying to get to EVS's level one day. So I have to, I have to pace myself. But even then, I know I might have to make some risk because I don't have that cachet yet. I'm not that household name. But again, people were going to see the stuff I'm doing. So I brought it on Kickstarter to help bring in a little bit extra money, to help with printing, to help with stuff, because now I'm getting to the fulfillment phase. When I put it out on Kickstarter, I only put it for 21 days. I didn't put it for a month. I just put it for 21 days, and I put it for $600 because I know that's a small goal, because I'm saying outright, I want to get you this book in your hands. I know you're going to enjoy it. I know you're going to believe in me. This is why, I'm doing it this way. You're going to get stressed if you have a campaign 60 days, whatever days. It's very stressful, my dude. I've had the crowdfunding stress before. It's not pretty.
No, I'm not looking forward to it. I'm not, but
it's doable. It's manageable.
Yeah.
Andrew J. Jim Creates, you have a project coming up. Maybe I haven't committed to anything just yet. Yeah, I mean, it's not easy. I don't know how it's just not. It seems easy. Hey, just say something, money comes in, I got this. Okay, great. But it's like, then it comes to the point where you're just like, okay, I got to get this done now. And that's the point. Like, crowdfunding is half the battle. When you get the money, it's half the battle. The other half of the battle is getting the work done in a timely fashion, which takes time because you're dealing with other people and their schedules and what's going on in their life to make this book happen. It's not easy at all. It's just, like I said, it's just getting the money is half the battle. What else we go? Jam's got to go eat dinner. I'll watch the rest later, guys. Hell yeah, we definitely got to stream.
Yeah, that would be great.
I would take care. Yeah, he's great, man. Again, man, I hope this could be kind of like an eye opener, kind of just serve as a reminder of when you get into crowdfunding. There's definitely pitfalls that could happen. Being mindful of it, and even what Critis is doing and being transparent, going over the finances, that's amazing because it's showing what to expect. It's showing, maybe you don't make the mistakes that he made, right? And you could try to navigate away from those pitfalls. More power to him, hoping that, he can pull through, he can get things done. No one ever wants to see, someone not be able to create something that they dreamed about, and that other people believed in that dream, in the backers that backed your book. So I'm rooting for a good story. I really hopefully pray that, in the end, that we get to see Detective Dead complete at some time, in the future, hopefully so.
Yeah, I hope so too, because someone else's success is kind of your success too.
Of course.
When someone else succeeds, you kind of succeed too, because you see it motivates you. It's like it's just, I don't know, it's just kind of a great kind of thing.
It's a great thing. It's a beautiful thing. And again, hopefully, it won't be the end for Detective Dead. Hopefully, we can see Antonio bring this book back from the dead, which would be great. Ron, any last words?
I'll say this: if he brings it back, and he's transparent, and he, I would consider definitely backing it, because it does sound like something I would definitely enjoy reading.
It definitely has a lot of promise. It's just there. Look, that picture's emotion all the way.
Yeah,
it tells a story, and it's definitely worthy of being finished. Hopefully, it could happen. I'm hoping so. I'm rooting for it. And again, this is just an eye opener, and taking it with a grain of salt, and understanding that crowdfunding is a business. It's what it is. And there's you're gonna learn a lot. I learned a lot when I first crowdfunded money. And again, I'm still learning. I'd be lying if I said I won't. And have in mind, even when you calculate, if you overfund, if it, that means you're sending it to more back, because things are growing. Like, your expenses are going to rise too. So overfunding is good too. But at the same time, you got to be mindful that it comes with a price when you got something to deliver to more people. But yeah, man, anything else?
No, I'm good. I've said everything I want to say. So,
oh, here we go. Andrew J says Akari Press made the video with Critias private. So yeah, so then I won't be able to watch it. But that's a lesson learned, and hopefully we can get this thing done. And again, Critias, I'm rooting for you. I definitely want to see a great turnout. I think everyone loves a comeback story, and this would be one for the ages. Hopefully you can pull it off and make it happen, because there's a lot of potential. There's a lot of potential. This is something that I could see being published. You have enough material for a great pitch, for in the right circles. There's a lot here. Pat yourself on the back to even get halfway is a lot of the way. So just grind it out, and do what you got to do to get this book done. This is your baby.
Yeah.
All right, guys, geek out. Thank you so much for stopping by. Please like and subscribe to the Geektastic Duo. Anything comics related within crowdfunding circles we like to talk about. In popular culture, we like talking about video game culture. We're all over.
Geek out, guys. Later.
Later.